Hey guys, did you hear that Kanye said slavery was a choice? I mean, how could he say that? I mean, slavery was such a horrible practice, and it was so bad that the abolitionist movement was created. I mean, his music's already bad enough.
Bro, what's abolitionism? I haven't even heard of it. Is that like waiting after marriage for reproduction?
Bro, that's abstinence. You don't know what abolition is?
So hypothetically, in theory, if someone doesn't know what abolitionism is, could someone define it? Or
Bro, you don't know abolition either. It was the movement that started in the North to abolish slavery. A lot of important people participated.
So basically, after the Second Great Awakening, the North connected their ideas of religion and morals together to create the concept of slavery being a sin.
The major opposition to the abolition of slavery was from the South. They thought that slavery benefited the American economy, and they also thought that the Bible supported it. In order for a class society to prosper, they thought slavery and segregation was a necessity.
Okay, that makes sense.
I get it. I remember learning something like this in my teacher's class. The Southern economy was based on cotton and needed a ton of slaves to produce it. And I also remember learning about this Frederick Douglass guy. He seemed pretty important.
Wait, who's that?
Well, I know that guy. Let me explain. Frederick Douglass was different compared to the African Americans of his time. He learned how to read and write. He was the most outspoken black abolitionist. He also wrote a journal, which I completely forget.
The North Star.
Oh.
That was the name of the journal in which he wrote about his times as a slave and how he escaped at age 21. Frederick Douglass also looked toward Congress and government for a solution, but since they employed the gag rule, nothing happened.
Geez, Rushik, someone paid attention in class. You must have read AMSCO like 3 times.
Oh, KJ!
Rishik still has a worse grade than Sahithi.
Wasn't there another really cool abolitionist back in the day? I mean, wasn't his name like Lloyd or something?
Toss me, I got this one, boys. I think you're thinking of William Lloyd Garrison. He was a Northerner who was pro-abolition and started the American Anti-Slavery Society, which is exactly what it sounds like. Raghav, do you want to talk?
What I was gonna say is that he was a white Northerner who was pro-abolition, and he formed the Anti-Slavery Society.
Did somebody already say that? Thanks, Kyle.
Kobe!
There was also the American Colonization Society, founded in 1816, which believed that African Americans would not be set free. Therefore, it wanted to send African Americans back to Africa. However, African Americans did not want to leave.
On another note, I remember another abolitionist by the name of Elijah Lovejoy. And I remember that he was super radical, which actually ended up making him a martyr. So,
Another abolitionist named Theodore Dwight Weld wrote a popular abolition writing called American Slavery as It Is. His wife, Angelina, along with her sister, Sarah Grimke, were pro-abolition and supported gender equality. Also, they were one of the few active women abolitionists of that time due to the fact that women were not always able to express their views. American women's rights is also a very controversial topic today.
kind of like wage gap nowadays.
I believe the wage gap is a myth. J.K. Rowling.
The abolitionist movement really took off in the 1850s, right before the Civil War. There are a ton more abolitionists that we haven't learned about yet, but we're not going another time limit this time.
Yeah, there was a lot of people in the North, and they formed the Free Soilers Party, which had the slogan, free soil, free speech, free labor, and free men. Meanwhile, in the South, they fought back with the Southern Reprisals, which abolished any document of abolition in the South.
What reminds me about how much I hate the South is that the South thought that slavery was actually good for the African Americans, which also brings me back to why I hate Kanye West right now.
Guys, quiz grades are in. I just got a 40% and my grade went up 3%.
Oh no.